Hello friends, welcome back. So this is another update on weekly grocery haul, what I'm getting, what I'm eating on Trim Healthy Mama. So we're gonna go over everything. Once again, I spent way too much for this week, and so I'm gonna show you everything that I got, why I got it. We're gonna go over the recipes I planned for this week, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what last week was like, what we used, how it went down, and also what recipes we made and how we liked them. So let's just get started. So over here, I've got all my groceries spread out behind me on the kitchen table today because we got home and there was nowhere to put them in because everybody was making food and we were hungry. So we got home way later than I wanted to, but I've got everything spread out and everything looking good. So I'm gonna show you exactly like what we're eating this week. So I got a lot more like fresh stuff this week, refrigerated type of stuff, a few frozen things, and there's just a tiny bit of pantry items back there, and that's a little bit more like what my grocery haul usually looks like. I got a lot of fruit this week, and that's pretty much all for my kids. You know, I just wanted them to have some fun summer fruit while everything is good and in season, and so I won't be having very much except for the berries, of course. But let's go ahead and talk about everything. So over here is all of our freezer stuff. You guys know I like frozen cauliflower. So last week, you guys, I got 7 bags, and I was like, oh, I just pick these up whenever they're in stock, and they'll go in the deep freeze, and you know, we won't use all of them. So you guys might know my husband's doing the carnivore way of eating, but he's kind of in a phase where he's doing a little bit of carb refeeding or carb cycling, because he's feeling like at this point over a year into carnivore that his body's kind of asking for that for a while, and so he's doing that for maybe about a month or whatever. So he added back in cauliflower, you guys, and all 7 bags are gone. And I'm like, honey, like I thought that would be in there for a while. No, he ate all 7 bags of this frozen cauliflower. So I have 10 bags here, you guys. I have 10 bags, and he's like on restriction this week. I'm like, you cannot eat all 10 bags of those. So some of these bags are for recipes, some will be for him, and some will hopefully sit in the deep freeze this time, but we'll see. So even though these are whole cauliflower florets type things, then I have some rice cauliflower. This is for a recipe coming up. You'll see it in a second. I got chicken tenders. We still have our chicken tenders from last week because we didn't make that recipe actually and eat it. I'll go over that in a little bit, but I had to get more for another recipe, so I did. This is the Very Cherry blend. My kids love frozen berries. I didn't get any last week because I didn't need any, but this week I did, and so we get frozen berries. We put the cherries in there. If I wanted to eat this though, it's not completely a neutral fuel pool because it's got the berries, but it also has the cherries. And so if I do this blend, then I have to be in E territory if I eat the cherries with it, because cherries are E. So that's just something to be aware of. Peas is going to be in one of my recipes for the crock pot. These sweet potatoes, these are good. You can have these in Trim Healthy Mama frozen sweet potatoes. We might have a little bit, but mostly that's for my husband kind of trying to refeed himself some carbs and see how that works. I did buy these for the kids and I for a recipe, but I'm not super excited about them. I thought these sweet potato fries would just mean that they were cut up sweet potatoes, and in the future, that's what I'm going to do. I thought maybe I could take a shortcut. There's like things in here that I'm not like super excited about. So yeah, some of these ingredients are like vegetable oils, different modified potato starch, modified things. There's just, and then there's other things, rice flour, pea flour, a little bit of like sugar, less than 1 gram, oh no, less than 1 gram of added sugars. But I just was like, I just want sweet potatoes. That's it, just sweet potatoes. And I thought maybe I could take like a shortcut, and no. So I won't be buying these again. I'll just buy regular sweet potatoes, but we're gonna find out how good these are if we like them, but I probably won't eat very many. And then I also like to get these just frozen cherries. My very favorite shake ever is like a chocolate covered cherry shake in the book, and that's why I get these. Oh, they're so amazing. All right, let's move on. So I got 2 of these this time because last week we did have to run out for an extra strawberry, and I'm hoping they'll make it all week. I really didn't want to have to run out again. Last week, just this thing worked for us for blueberries, so I did not have to get more blueberries, which is awesome. I got the girls some nectarines because it's summer fruit. This is one of my favorite kind of fruits. I might have like 1 of these this week. I did have 1 last week in the appropriate E setting, but I just don't do that often. I got cucumbers this week for salads and for the girls' lunches, and my daughter really wanted some of those. Some asparagus to go with one of our meals. I've got, now, normally I buy just the Great Value brand of cheese sticks, but my daughter's obsessed with Paw Patrol, and so we just got like a Paw Patrol backpack, and we got all these things, and she's like, please can we have Paw Patrol string cheese? So she got to try that. I don't eat any of the string cheese, so I won't be having that. Butter. This is the kind I do like. I do like this kind of butter. look at how many butters I have. And guys, we have 3 left in there. So this is like ridiculously crazy. So last week, I think I had like 3 or 4 of those butters. We were out of those within like the first like 3 days. It didn't even make it the whole week. We had so many butters and it was like a couple days and the butter is gone. So we had to go out for more butter. So we have some in there, but I got 4 more because I'm like, okay, we're not running out of butter this week. But I mean, these people went crazy eating this week. And like my son, like he ended up eating a ton of this stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I spent almost $300 last week and it didn't even last us. And so I spent over $300 this week. I'll tell you in a second what the total was for everything. So I'm gonna have to like rein that in because this doesn't even include my husband's meats and stuff, which is only gonna be maybe about an additional $30 or whatever for the week, but still like it's a lot. And then when you factor in the Trim Healthy Mama products that last for a while, which by the way, I didn't even get enough protein powder. I'm already gonna have to place another order coming up here soon. So it's a lot of food. It's a big commitment the way that I'm doing it, and so I am going to have to learn some of the tips and the tricks and like figure out how to cut my grocery bill down a bit because just doing it like this is getting like kind of pricey. So we do finally have an Aldi's in Arizona, which is super awesome. We've been waiting forever, and so I may have to go take a peek at that. Maybe we'll do a vlog and go look because the Arizona Trim Healthy Mamas, we're excited about that, let me tell you. So if you have any tips and tricks how to cut your grocery bill down on Trim Healthy Mama, let me know because we once I get that good, so I can make a video and we can discuss ways to save money because we all like to do that, right? Anyway, let's continue. By the way, we did have to get backpacks, but my kids are homeschooled. They go to like a homeschool program every week, and so that's why they needed backpacks. But if you're curious, yes, we do homeschool. Honey ham, that's for my kids. I don't eat honey ham. Okay, so I talked about these cheeses last week, you guys, and I was like, look at all this cheese I got. We won't eat that. We never eat that. They ate everything. They ate so much cheese. I bought a mozzarella one already too because we were already out of that. So I already have another mozzarella and I have these 2. And so we ate all 3 of these huge bags last week and I had to buy them again this week, which is crazy. We ate all of this last week, so we have to eat this again. We needed more sliced cheese and a 5-pound ground beef. So I've gotten that. We didn't eat any of this last week. I think I have like 4 of these in my fridge, but I needed another one for a recipe I want to do. So went ahead and got it. It was out of vanilla. I had to do that. Trying not to do too much of the heavy creams, but I did use it a little bit this week, so I still have a lot more left, but I am using it for recipes. So I went ahead and just got another one just because I've got some more goat cheese because I'm going to be putting it on salads. We did use it on the pizza recipe this week, which was really good, and we made that a couple of times, so I needed more of that. Now let's talk about this Greek yogurt. So I have these Greek yogurts right here, okay? And you guys, it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so my husband started allowing himself some Greek yogurt on his kind of like carb cycling, carb refeeding thing, carnivore thing, right? So all of a sudden, I can't keep the Greek yogurts in the house. So you guys saw last week, I think I had like 3, right? They lasted like 2 days and they were gone. And I'm like, honey, like I need those for things. I need those for recipes. I make little parfaits for the girls in the morning. And we do need our Greek yogurt sometimes. So this week, I had to go out and get some additional ones. So I bought 5 total for this week, like for this order. So there's 3 in there already. There's only 1 left. I'm like, so I bought those 2, but really I bought 5 and it's not even gonna make it. I'm gonna have to get some more. And I'm like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop eating all the yogurt. Like it's a little much. Anyway, so apparently my family loves Greek yogurt. Kiwis, these are for my girls. Bananas, these are for my girls, except we did make an interesting banana muffin thing I'm gonna talk about for this last week, which was cool. Pineapple, those are for my girls. And tomatoes, though, to go on some salads. This is for a recipe, broccoli slaw, which is cool. It's like a chicken peanut kind of recipe thing we'll talk about. Oranges for my girls. All these things. I just don't do a whole heck of a lot of fruit on this. Onion, that's for a recipe. But one fruit I do like is golden honeydew. And I just bought one of these at the store a little bit ago. And, like, it was huge. And this one, it's, like, tiny compared to the other one. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, it's the same store, too. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I got more avocados. I put these, like, look how green they are because that's what they picked for my Walmart grocery order. So I'll put them, like, in my pantry for a few days, you know, so they can ripen up. And last week I kind of forgot. And so some of them rotted in the pantry, which isn't good because we all really like avocados and we really need them. I put them in salads and they're really good, but my girls will just eat the avocados, which is cool. So I got some more, but yeah, I have to remember not to let them rot in the pantry. We're doing deconstructed, like beef fajita, like stuffed peppers things this week, so that's cool. And so we have some green peppers, turkey bacon, mostly that's for my daughter, she loves that. And then there's these apples, you guys. I know I bought some apples, but I was like, oh my gosh, there's like 15 apples in here. I did not do that much. And so I was trying to like figure out how many I got, and I go in on my receipt and it doesn't even show apples. And so I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. Super confused. Okay, so then we got our almond milks again. We have like 1 or 2 still in there, so I only got 2 this week and we probably won't use all of them up. Got my cold brew coffees again because that is exciting. And last week I thought I had 2, but really I only had bought 1, and this week I got my 2. If you guys use the Walmart grocery app, do you ever notice I'll click things to add to my cart, it'll add it to my cart, it'll be in my cart for a while, and then sometimes it'll just spontaneously like erase or delete my stuff. And so like I'll go to checkout thinking it's all there, and then later we'll be putting the groceries away and we'll be like, where's this item? No, it's not even on my receipt. It's like I never even like purchased it or put it in my cart. And I'm like, some of it, it's happening so frequently, I know I put it in the cart. Yeah, so that's kind of frustrating. But otherwise, I do really like using the Walmart grocery order thing, so it does make my life easier. So that's like pretty much everything frozen and like fridge. Oh, and of course the eggs. So we ate about 1 of these 5 dozen eggs last week. We did not eat or need 2, so I just needed to purchase 1 again for this week. You guys know I like the ahas, and when I was doing carnivore, it was like nobody else got to touch the ahas because mom needed like at least 1 of these a day, you know, needed something special. But now that there's other drinks and different things I can have doing Trim Healthy Mama, there's so much like variety. I'm still getting these because I enjoy them, but there's 3 because I'm sharing them amongst all the family, so everybody's having some. And then here is all of our pantry items. This is everything. So here is real life. So I cannot have these on Trim Healthy Mama, so I will not eat any of these. Neither will my oldest daughter, nor my son, nor my husband. But these are for my 2 youngest girls. And like, I don't buy, you can see, like, this is what they're gonna eat all week. Like, I don't buy any kid food. They don't eat mac and cheese. They don't eat hot dogs. They don't eat, you know, Go-Gurt. They don't get fruit snacks. Like, there's no Little Debbie snack cakes. Like, they don't get anything. Like, this is what they get to have. And then I'll cook them different fun stuff from the cookbooks that feel more like kid food if they need it, like, you know, like a muffin here or there, whatever. But this is one thing I do let them have that's fun. Otherwise, they'll just have the fruit and they'll have the cheese sticks. And full disclaimer, they're getting some pretzels in their lunch tomorrow. But anyway, they're gonna get these for their lunches, and so that's what that's there for. And they love these. And so I know there's healthier brands, but I'm not worried about it because we're making that exception for them. Anyway, here is some coconut oil spray that I needed. You get avocado oil spray too, but this was cheaper. I had to replace my garlic salt. I don't know about these guys. So I tried some of these because I wanted to know, were they even, you know, like worth it? And they were really good. And so I'm having some more. The sugar in here is like a sugar alcohol maltitol, I guess is what that is. There's some of the ingredients. I don't know for sure if these are Trim Healthy Mama or not. Like, can you have them if they're these sugar-free and the sweetener is maltitol? But sometimes I really do feel like I need, you know, like chocolate chips, right? There's a lot of recipes and different things that can have a little bit of chocolate chips in them, and they're so good, but they're always sold out on the Trim Healthy Mama website for the stevia sweetened ones. And you know, they're expensive. They're really expensive from Trim Healthy Mama. Like, one of those is like $8 instead of $3. So that's hard to keep those in stock and like always purchase it from them. So that's hard. I'm hoping this can be a good alternative because this is the only sugar-free chocolate chip alternative that Walmart has. So if I was gonna find like a stevia sweetened one, I don't know who else even like sells it, so I would have to look on like, you know, online or something. But I'm gonna have to look into that more. So don't quote me that that's legal, Trim Healthy Mama legal yet. I don't know, but we're gonna find out and I'll let you know soon. Okay, so one of my recipes calls for the coconut milks, 2 of those. It also calls for some tomato paste. I have some Kalamata olives here. I'm gonna put like in a different Greek salads that I make. Ooh, what is this? Oh, diced tomatoes, that's for a recipe. This is also for a recipe. The pizza sauce, I like their Great Value brand because it is sugar-free. So there is no sugar, you can see like listed in there, which is awesome. I thought all of their spaghetti sauces were the same way, but I'm gonna have to double check that, that every spaghetti sauce is like that. I don't know, but their pizza sauce definitely is. If you guys have never tried wild berry zinger tea, it is my absolute favorite. You have to try it, it's amazing. This Walmart had the Extreme Wellness tortillas this time, so this is cool. So you can have these, and I'm hoping they're like a little bit more healthy than the Mission Carb Balance ones, except they still have modified wheat starch in here, but and cornstarch. Oh well, something to make an exception for sometimes, although I'll probably get them every week. But I don't know, makes me feel a little bit better. I have been really liking Primal Kitchen's their Greek dressing, but I put like a tablespoon of this kind and a tablespoon of their Green Goddess kind. I mix them like together in the same salad, and it makes amazing dressing. So I got a lot more Primal Kitchen stuff. My husband likes the spicy ketchup. That's this one. Spicy ketchup, regular ketchup. Hopefully we won't go through all these this week. He wanted barbecue sauce. It's unsweetened. It's good. What's in it? Just mostly like apple cider vinegar, water, tomato pastes. Sorry, I know it's blurry. Balsamic vinegar. So that's what's in there. More almonds. I love almonds to grab as a quick snack for on the go, except my girls will eat these too. So most of these almonds are going to them. I might have like a little handful or two a week, but not a ton. So they're eating those, and we are almost out. Also, this is cool. So I needed like a 1 tablespoon of peanut butter for a recipe for this week, and 100% peanuts. It's creamy, it's peanut butter, and the only thing on here is peanuts. It's the only ingredient. I'm like, yes. So that's cool. I found that at Walmart, right? And so a little more tuna. We have some tuna left from last week, but I just am trying to replace what I bought. So I think that is like everything in my pantry. So that is everything I bought. My main meats are going to be the chicken tenderloins and some other kind of chicken. I have several chicken recipes, and then I've got some hamburger recipes. I am having family in town this week, and so the meal that I'm going to feed them is called Taco Crunch. I'll link it in the description because it's Mrs. Criddles' Kitchen Taco Crunch Salad. It's one of our family's absolute favorites, and I didn't know what quantities I was going to be getting, so I'm going to have to run back out for that too whenever I feed them. And so that's not included in this total, but that's not a normal weekly thing anyway. And then what happened to, I don't have everything here. So you notice I don't have lettuce. Like I'm talking all about all these salads I'm gonna make. And so my butter lettuce got subbed out, and I didn't like what they subbed it for. And so I have to run to Walmart and go get that. I also was getting some of the Joseph's pitas and the Joseph's products, and they subbed it out with like stuff I couldn't have. And so I had to get rid of that. And I also can have like a sugar-free whipped cream, just a little dollop occasionally on like my berries or different things, or like a little muffin or whatever. I definitely don't overdo that, but it's been, they've tried to sub that out too. That's been like out of stock everywhere forever. But here, I do have some in my fridge. I'll show you that. So this is what it looks like, sugar-free whipped cream, heavy cream, and so I can have that. But since we're down to 1, we used up 2 this week, and there's no more at the store unless I go find some in a different store. Nobody else is good to have that except for mommy, because it's gonna sit in there and like wait for me. And so yeah, I'm kind of disappointed about this order, just in the fact that like they subbed with things that like, since I'm doing Trim Healthy Mama, I couldn't like accept some of those substitutions for like the Joseph pitas and different things. So that was kind of hard. I couldn't accept the whipped cream sub. So I'm gonna have to run to the store, and I'm gonna have to get the butter lettuce I actually want. I'm gonna have to get those things. And so however, the total I'm gonna give you is the total with if those things had been in there. So I'm gonna sit down and let's talk about the meals I planned, what I'm eating, and then what I did for this week, which is really cool. I'll show you kind of how I ate real quick, and I'm gonna try to hurry and keep this video not super long. All right, I'm right here sitting by all the food. I got the books, I got the things, and so the recipes that I planned from this week are from just 2 of the books. Go check out last week's video if you want to see what I planned for last week, because I'm going to talk a little bit about it this week, what I did. But so if you want any of the recipes, this is the book it comes from, and then also this other book right here, their newer one, Trim Healthy Future. So there it is. And so those are the 2 books that I used for this week. And so I will do the Taco Crunch salad, so I'll link it because it's not in a book, it's Mrs. Criddles. So that's gonna be one of our meals. So last week we planned only like 6 meals, and we were gonna see how that worked, and it actually worked really well. I ate meatloaf quite a few times last week, which is why we didn't even get to all of our meals. And I also, we did the pizza thing last week that we did. We also had these street quesadillas from last week that were so good. They were really good. That was a good recipe. So their pizza recipe on lavash bread was really good. The street quesadillas was really good. We did like a sweet and spicy drumstick or something. It was okay. And we made these tater tots. My daughter made them and no one really liked them. I don't know if they turned out totally right. So at some point the next week or 2, I'll remake them them, and we'll see if I do any better with it before we like write off that recipe completely. But no one really liked it. So we did this like, we planned this chicken like spaghetti thing for last week, and I couldn't find the Dreamfields pasta. So I'm still looking for that for this week. And so that's still kind of on the list because I have all the ingredients. And then I just don't want to use the like shirataki noodles. They're so gross. They smell like dirty fish. It's ugh. So I don't want to do that. And then we had these chicken Lazone from last week, and we didn't end up making those. And so I'm hoping to do that with the sweet potatoes this week, even though I can't mix them both in the same meal. The kids can. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll probably just do it with a salad and just try one sweet potato at a different time or whatever. But we have these stuffed peppers, and it's like a deconstructed like stuffed pepper thing, which is kind of cool, and it's on page 54 of this book. So this is their middle cookbook. I'm not using the oldest cookbook today, but that's like the middle one, and then there's this new one. And then I'm also planning from that same book on page 59. It's like a chicken satay is what it's called. I have no idea, guys, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am not like a chef at all. Then the taco crunch, and then the one last meal I planned was like a chicken curry. It's one of my family's absolute favorite recipes. It's on page 97 in that book. Most of my recipes do all come from that one book, so that's really cool. That's what we're eating for this week. And then there's some extra things that we did for this week that I made that I'm going to talk about real quick and show you pictures of, because we made some extra recipes and they were kind of fun. So we made these banana like chocolate chipped ones. It is a light crossover when you cross bananas and chocolate chips, so I just had one because I don't want to do that too often right now. I want to be from full weight loss now, but that's in this book, and it was really good. The kids really liked it, but it was really, really sweet. I used the full cup of gentle sweet, and it was way too much. So if I ever make them again, I'm gonna have to do like less. I also have been making for lunches a tuna melt. It's on page 197 of this new book, Trim Healthy Future, and it's really good. It's a really good, quick and easy meal, which is fun. While I'm at it, I also made something called the air fried apple. I'm on the page number, so I'm gonna give you the page number. It's on page 230, and so you kind of air fry an apple with like some sweetened and cinnamon like oats in the middle of it. You scoop it out a little bit, and then you can put a little dollop of like Greek yogurt on top. It was really good. My kids did not love it so much, but I thought it was good. It was kind of labor intensive. Like I would much rather just cut up an apple and eat it, so I don't necessarily need to do that. The street quesadilla tacos are right next to it. 231. That was from last week, and it was really good. I'm trying to find real quick. I should have written down the page number and had it. Aha! I found it. On page 270 of the Trim Healthy Future book, there's banana choc chip muffins. They were really good. They were a little sweet for me, but they were really good. My girls really loved them, and it, you know, there's enough like good, I guess treats, if you want to call them, different things that it keeps them like eating healthy and on this plan too, because there's nothing in there that I wouldn't want to feed them. There's no sugar and white flour or anything like that. So it's all full of protein, and it's all good stuff that I'm okay with them eating. And so I made different things like that this week, but I personally didn't need to like eat a ton of it. I just kind of tried it. And every week though, I'm trying to do a couple of the baking recipes and different things in here because, you know, we just want to try them. And then in this book, there is one other recipe I want to show you. It is called the cinnamon butter bundt cake, and so I had to actually get like a bundt cake pan. I've never made a bundt cake in my life, so this was my first one. It turned out pretty gosh darn cute, and it worked really well. But this is on page 380. It wasn't like the tastiest thing I've ever had. I know I like raved in the video recently about the baking blend in the Trim Healthy Mama, I'll link it, haul that I just did, the haul video, but it did not make the baking blend like shine in this recipe. It just didn't. It was just not quite the right texture. It felt like it almost had like applesauce in it, like little bits of things in it, and it just wasn't the right texture for me, even though it doesn't have applesauce. So it was good flavor though. So if you put like a little dollop of the whipped cream on it and some strawberries or something, it was okay. But it's not something that I need to necessarily have like all the time. So yeah, you guys, I think that's it for everything I'm doing and got for this week. We'll do an eat with me day this week soon, so you guys can kind of see what I'm eating and how I'm eating all day. And I hope this helped you. If you have anything that you like or anything I should try, please put it in the comments. What are your favorite recipes? And my family and I will have to try them. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Start to sail along these ocean waves. Nobody knows how to find us. It's turning out to be a perfect day. I just wanna leave our normal lives behind us. So let's get lost out here, no one else out here. Find ourselves out here.